Hello, hello, hello. Dana Wilde here. And I'm so glad to be a part of the show today because we have a really good topic. We had a topic come in where somebody was saying that she feels small. And who of us hasn't had that experience at some time or another? Felt like the little tiny fish in the big pond. Especially with the internet, it seems like, oh my gosh, there's so many people out there doing so many things. And I mean, it's like millions and millions of experts on every single topic. It's so easy to feel small, and I can totally understand why somebody would feel like that. So let's talk about it because there are some, I guess we don't call them practical solutions because they're all practical solutions, but there are some mindset solutions you can take with this. There are some action solutions you can take with this. And so I want to give you 3 bits to chew on here while we're talking about this, okay? So if you're feeling like you're in a pond where you're a small voice in a big niche, then the first piece of advice I want to say is, do you know you can change the size of the pond, right? It's possible to change the size of the pond. And how do you do that? You do that by specializing. You do that by niching down. You do that by becoming the expert on a specific thing. So Muriel Falus is a great example of that. She's a Celebrity Formula graduate, and she was working with moms, like lots of moms, all kinds of moms on all sorts of different issues. And she said, you know what? I'm going to niche down and I'm going to speak directly to single moms who have teenagers. And I'm going to talk with them about how to avoid confrontation and how to avoid, being, getting out ahead of the arguments, how to be a better communicator with your teenagers. Well, so not only did she make the pond smaller, she became the expert in that pond instantly. Nobody else is addressing that issue. Single moms, teenagers, confrontation. Now she owns that pond. So she went from being one voice in a big pond that was speaking to moms everywhere on every topic and all kinds of moms to being the mom that was specialized in one specific thing. So to the listener who wrote in and said, I feel small in my niche, what I would say is ask yourself, is there a way you can change the size of the pond? Are you addressing everybody? And even if you've niched down to say, well, I'm only talking to women, what kind of women? How old are they? What's their specific problem? What kind of lifestyle do they have? What are the things that they consider important? How many kids do they have? Do they have kids? Are they working day jobs? Are they not? Right? You can do that with every category. If you're addressing men, a man who's 70 years old has very different issues and very different problems than a man who's 30. And so the more you can hone in specifically to who you're talking to, who you want to work with, and the kind of issues that they're grappling with, the more you shift the size of that pond and the more you become the expert in that pond. On this same note, I remember hearing this way, way back, and I think I kind of actually did this, but I didn't even know that I did it. If you have a specialty, if you have something you're good at, if you have something that is your specific thing, and the other Celebrity Formula graduate I'll tell you about is Michelle Wolf. She was doing Reiki. She's a Reiki practitioner. Reiki practitioners everywhere, but she knew she was doing a little something special with the Reiki that she was doing. She was using forest energy and she was working with trees. And so she said, because of course, as part of the Celebrity Formula course, we're helping people identify like what their celebrity is. And she's like, I'm the only one doing this. And so guess what? Let's name it. Let's call it. And she did. She chose the name Forest Reiki. She certifies people now in Forest Reiki. Now imagine that all this time, she was one practitioner of Reiki in a big C, but the truth was she was very specialized. She had something very special that she did. Well, when you give it a name, now you're the only person who is the expert on that. Which is kind of what happened to me with Train Your Brain, which I didn't even know I was doing at the time. I wasn't so intentional or proactive about it. It was just kind of by accident. But if somebody wants to teach Train Your Brain somewhere, who else are they going to get but me? I'm the brain trader, right? So that's it. It's like you own something when you create a process. So some of you have processes out there, and maybe you do. Oh, listener of mine who wrote in, maybe you've got a process. Maybe you've got something that is very specific to you. Well, give it a name and become the expert, become the person in that particular thing. So tip number 1 is change the size of the pond. That's the short version of that. Tip number 2, this is an inside job. You know, we teach things. If you're in this Train Your Brain sandbox, if you've been a part of the Mind Aware show or the Train Your Brain Facebook group, then you know that the kind of sandbox that is created here, we're people who are transformation agents. You are people who are out there changing the world. You're teaching things. You're helping people transform. You're in personal development. You're helping people live their best lives. You're helping people feel good about who they are and make those big leaps. And so sometimes you get to think where what you do is normal. What you think about is normal. And maybe if you're like me, sometimes you spend so much time with other people who are hanging out talking about your same topic that you forget that most of the world doesn't think like you. Most of the world doesn't know that what you're thinking and the process you're using and the way that you live in the world and the way you help people change is amazeballs. It's totally amazing. And so it's not ordinary what you do. So you have to be your own best cheerleader. So tip number 2 is you have got to make a list to yourself to remind yourself why you're the expert. Make a list and list all of the reasons why you're qualified to teach what you teach. Why are you qualified to deliver the services that you deliver? Why are you qualified to deliver the programs you deliver? Why are you qualified to be a representative of the products that you sell? Why are you qualified? And what you're going to find out is not only do you maybe have some kind of the traditional things like, oh, well, I've got a degree in so-and-so, or I took that hypnotherapy class. I mean, you'll have some of those traditional, I've read a lot of books things, but you're also going to see that you also are qualified just because of who you are in the world. The way you think, your presence, the way that you treat other people, how you see the good in other people, how you see the transformation they're going to experience before they even experience it, how you're tuned in and tapped in, how you have a desire to feel good, how you have a desire to live your highest self and help others live it. You're qualified for so many reasons that it's just the core of your being. You're qualified not because of all your certificates and degrees, although put those on the list, because believe me, when you're feeling small, it's nice to read all this stuff you've done, but you're qualified because of who you are. Who else to deliver your message but you? You're the one. All right, so I've got a third reason I want to talk about. I've got a third thing that you can do when you're feeling small or like a small fish in a pond, but I want to do a quick check-in with our Facebook audience because for those of you that don't know, we are live on Facebook every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's our studio audience. It's an opportunity to kind of hang out and chit-chat, and I love it. It's fun, because frankly, you shape the show. So if you want to know when we're live, just go to danaupdate.com, get a little ping. What's nice about it is you get that not only, the ping from DanaBot that says when we're going on, but the list of the topic. So you can always listen to the replay too. And if you haven't been over there, remember my latest free training is at danaclass.com. My favorite price, free. And it's always good stuff. It's about getting clients, training your brain, feeling good, building your business. danaclass.com. We will see you over there. Be there or be square. I'm bringing that back, by the way. I'm bringing that back. So be there or be square. All right. I will see you in 97 seconds. Be right back. Hello, Dana Wilde here, and welcome back to the show. We're having a fun time talking about, how to go from feeling small in a very big pond to how to shift so that either you're in a smaller pond, which is just straight up good marketing advice, just saying. It's not only because I said it, everybody says it, right? But also how to be your own best cheerleader, how to train your brain. One of the suggestions I said was to list all the reasons you're qualified, because I think it's easy to forget how qualified you are. And I would furthermore say, I've got this phrase I've been using lately. It's like when you get those feelings where you know you're not 100% aligned, or you're not feeling as good as you can feel, or you had something that hit you off your center. And it's like sometimes you have to talk yourself off the ledge, right? Sometimes you have to be the one thinking in your head. In fact, most of the time, all the time, you have to be the one like saying, okay, I'm not going to go down this feel bad path. It's your choice. I'm not going to go down this feel bad path. So what kinds of things can I do to remind myself that I matter and my voice matters and the work I'm doing matters and it's what I'm meant to do? And besides, on top of that, it's fun, right? So besides listing all the reasons that you're qualified, I think the last thing that really helps me a lot, the third thing that helps me a lot, and maybe it'll help you too, is that I try to remember that I'm there, I show up for all the people in the pond who get it. I'm not showing up for the bigger pond of people who are playing in different arenas. You know, if it is a big pond and if it's a big sea and if there are all these other people out there playing with all these experts, that it's nice and good for them. And I'm glad that we've got this three-ring circus going on. But the reality is I like to keep my focus small. I like to keep my focus centered. I like to keep my focus on the people that matter. And that's you. You're there for the people who show up. You know, if you have 1,000 people on your list and you do a webinar and 50 show up, you're there for the 50 because those 50 love you. Those 50 are hanging on your every word. Those 50 want to hear everything that you've got to say. So give them the service, do them the service of being present and being there and being your best self and feeling good because they showed up for you. And the best way we can show up for them is not to show up feeling small. The best way we can show up for them is to show up being our biggest, brightest, most awesome selves. Think about the gift that somebody is giving you when they're giving you their time. And if people show up to your events or your webinars or a discovery call or fill in the blank of any place they're giving you your time, what bigger honor can they give you? And how much must they love you to do that? How much must they love you? I don't know about anybody else, but I can't get out of my house for anything, right? It's like I've got perpetual inertia when it comes to social gatherings. And so if somebody actually shows up to see you or talk to you or be at your event or be at your webinar and wants to hang out with you, they adore you. So focus on that small pond you've created. Love those people. Love them up because they love you up, and it will grow. When you shine your light in that powerful of a way on the people who are there for you, and when you love them and you see their transformation and you see the change that they're making and you help them and you see them at their best potential and you give them your best stuff for free, and they show up and they keep eating up what you've got to say, and you guys have a big old love fest and you create a sandbox where everybody gets it and everybody gets each other, that is momentum, and it's guaranteed to snowball and to grow. So if you want your small pond to grow, the best thing you can do is to just focus on it and give it all of your love and everything you've got, because without a doubt, it doesn't even take that much time. It just immediately, that kind of flow and ease just rolls on down the road and grows, and the word spreads. And pretty soon, next thing you know, your pond is bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So with that, I'm going to say, go out and rock this. And if I haven't told you lately, remember how awesome that you are, because you are out there changing the world. You've got a mission and you're making a difference. And you're helping people transform. And I know that about you because you're a brain trainer and you're thinking in your own head and you're being your own best cheerleader. And on the days that you can't do it, just remember that I'm here doing it for you. I'm holding that positive vision for you. And I know that you are going to go everywhere you want to go and beyond. And we'll see you next time on The Mind Aware. Bye, everybody.